Am I grungy enough to make this right now? Today we're talking about 2011's The Art of Getting By. This movie is about a high school senior, George, played by Freddie Highmore, who just doesn't see the point because we're living in a dying time, right? Right! This movie is perfectly titled because it is about just getting through life and just living. I saw this movie when I was a senior in high school and I was graduating, and it was perfect. I totally resonated with him. I understand exactly where he's coming from. I, too, sometimes question the point of education. I feel like our country especially has had a really tough time deciding what we need to care about, and one of the things that we don't care enough about is the arts, which is something that George excels at, but it's not really appreciated, despite the fact that he goes to a private school in New York, so you would think they'd be a little more willing to embrace the arts. It's just a beautiful coming-of-age story. He's very much into the whole carpe diem thing, even though he himself is a little bit of a coward. The cast is incredible. Freddie did such a good job with his American accent. It is almost unbelievable. And Emma Roberts as our female protagonist was perfect. She's one of those girls who I could probably associate more with myself. Someone who is more concerned with being fashion forward than she is with her grades, but she also cares about doing well in school. And she kind of gets the whole carpe diem thing, but ultimately she is just trying to live. She's just trying to get by. And then there's Dustin, played by Michael Cutie Abagabadabba, and he was so good at just being a disgusting, hipster in New York. He was poorly dressed. There's this one scene with this big old scarf that you just look at and want to vomit. I do anyway. But it was perfect for his character. He's just one of those guys who, is almost trying too hard not to care. And then there's Freddie's mom, who is in a relationship with this really big douchebag that is cheating on her. And she herself is just trying to keep living. And then Freddie's teachers were all very perfect because they see this kid who has all this potential but who chooses not to embrace it because he feels he's above it and he's beyond education formally, and he really just wants to live his life the way he wants to live it, out of school and making art and being an adult, but he's almost too immature to be an adult. It was a really touching, heartfelt movie about this kid who cares too much, and I definitely resonate with that. It's one of those movies that I can watch at any point and just go, I get that, and I feel that way. I can't make myself care less in the same way George is trying to, but I can dream. The costumes were fantastic. It was very independent film. You could feel that in the clothes. Especially Freddie's intense layers, which is what I'm going for right now. It's about life and love and finding yourself as a teenager in this dying time, because it's really all it is, We are on the end of existence as humans. I mean, maybe not immediately, but those of us that are 20-somethings now and are worried about our futures really just need to watch this movie and embrace the fact that there's no reason to worry about it. Just try to live your life and be happy. That's really the best you can do. So ends the vlogs brought to you from Carrie's house. It's been fun. Parenthood's on.
They had put A fart machine? Into my sleeping bag.